to Yoga with Donna. I hope everybody's good. Today we're going to be doing a yin yoga practice for the upper back, chest and shoulders, and also the hips and lower back. So you might need a couple of blocks just to fill in the space between yourself and the floor if you get into any position and you're finding that you need to get to more of a comfortable position to stay there longer. So as you know, with yin yoga, you get into the position and you find where you feel like you've got enough stretch and stress into the joint without it being painful. So we'll get started. Coming into child's pose, so swing your legs around, have your big toes together, knees as wide as you can, and then just coming forward, placing your forehead on the mat, and try and keep your sit bones on your heels. If you're finding that a little bit challenging, you can put a block there, or you could put a block underneath your forehead. We're going to go over to the left hand side, so just come forward and just take a couple of deep breaths here first. Relax your shoulders down your back, breathing in through your nose, and relaxing everything into the mat, breathing out. And then one more time, breathing in, and exhale. Then walk your fingers over to the left hand side of your mat. And some of you might have met Poppy before, so hopefully she's not going to be jumping around and too distracting. And just place your forehead on the mat in between your hands. Try and keep that right sit bone grounded into that heel if you can. And let's just stay here for a few minutes and just take long deep breaths and really stretch that side of the body, that right side, right from your tailbone through the side of your hip, through your ribs, shoulders out through your fingertips. And just take long deep breaths. Really relax. Relax your chest down towards the mat, shoulders down your back. Relax your jaw. Really relax through your shoulders. Relax your jaw and neck. And I'm not going to talk too much more, just really stretch through that side body. Through from the sit bones, hip, ribs, shoulders, right through to the fingertips. Pushing back through your hands, coming up, walk across to the middle of your mat, and then just take your hands over to the right hand side, stretch your fingertips out, try and keep that left sit bone onto your heel. If you need to shift the block across, that if you had a block in there on the other side, just set yourself up and really come into position so you can feel quite a stretch through that left side. And just stay here for a few minutes. So relax your forearms onto the mat if that's comfortable, and onto the floor if that's comfortable for you, or you can keep them lifted up onto your fingertips, just whatever feels good to you. I'm just going to relax mine onto the floor on the mat. And then when you're ready, pressing back onto your hands, walking back into the centre of your mat. And then coming forward to lying on your tummy, just coming into Sphinx pose, so your forearms on the mat, have your elbows underneath your shoulders, have the tops of your feet stretched out, and you can have them a little bit wider than hip width apart if that's more comfortable for you. And just looking out in front of the mat, eyes just relaxed forward, and just feel like you're pulling through your palms. So spread your fingers out a lot on the mat so you can see the mat in between your fingers, and just feel like you're pulling forward from your palms. So your chest is coming forward towards the front of the mat. And then just when you're ready, just relax. And let's hold this for a couple of minutes. A few long deep breaths. Then when you're ready, coming back into tabletop. So knees are underneath your hips. And you're going to stretch your hands out towards the front of the mat. We're coming into puppy pose. So you're going to lower your chest down towards the mat and your forehead as well. If you find that it's a little bit too far away from you, you can always place a block underneath your forehead here as well. And stretch your arms out as much as you can with your forearms along the mat. Relax your shoulders down. And let's just stay here for a few minutes. So long deep breaths. Really, really breathe into your upper back. This is such a good chest opener. And really good for opening the shoulders as well. bring your hands back beside your head and then just gently push up. And if you feel like you like to, just do a couple of cat-cows, breathing in, dropping your belly, and then rounding your back. And then one more time, breathing in, arching your back, tailbone heading towards the ceiling, and then rounding. Navel to spine. I'm going to come into swan pose or pigeon. If you find this a little bit challenging, this position, so you're going to bring your right foot behind your left hand and extend the other leg out. And you might find that you need to balance up those hips by placing a block underneath the hip of the knee that's bent. And you can stay up here if you like, or you can come forward onto your elbows, or you could even use a block to place underneath your forehead. If you find this position a little bit challenging to stay in for 2 minutes, you might like to come into a reclined pigeon on your back and take your right foot across your thigh, the top of your thigh there, and stay in this position, and you'll still get a really good hip stretch in that position as well. So just get into whichever position is good for you today. And you can try and get that leg that's extended behind you, right behind you, and try not to have your foot or your toes circling in. Just stretch your foot straight out towards the end of the mat. Now I'm going to put a block underneath my forehead today. And just come forward, relax your shoulders down your back, whichever position you're in, and let's stay here for a few minutes. Just gently come out of the position, take away your blocks wherever you have them, or if you're lying on your back, just change over to the other side. You might like to just, if you've been in the full swan pigeon, you might just like to stretch out that leg, that right leg, and just circle the hip around a little bit. Just whichever feels good to you. And then when you're ready, get yourself set up on the other side. You will find one side is a little bit different to the other, so just adjust your blocks to whatever position you need to on the other side. So if you didn't need a block on the first side, you might find you need to on the second side. So nobody's body is exactly the same on each side. Right, so just getting into the position. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face and your neck, and let's just get started. 2 minutes here. stretch out however you feel you need to on this side as well. I want to do a few hip circles with your knee, with your leg. And then coming down onto your tummy. And just shift my blocks out of the way. Take your left arm out to the side. Leave it there and push through your right hand, coming on to lying on your side. And bend your knees in, and you can rest your ear onto the mat. Or if you find that a little bit too uncomfortable, you can always place a block underneath your ear like that. Just a very good stretch for your shoulders. Now you can stay here with the right arm resting on the mat, or you can take it up and place it behind you so you get more of a stretch, and you can touch the mat on the other side. So we're just going to stay here for 2 minutes. So close your eyes, take long deep breaths. A long deep breath before you move out of this position. And if you've got your right arm wrapped around your back, just extend it forward, push into it, and then just gently come up. Slide that left arm in, and just come over to get yourself set up on the other side. So just lie down flat to start with. Your legs stretched out, take your right arm straight out from your shoulder, and then roll over onto that right shoulder, right ear to the mat. Bend your knees, and if you like to stay here on the side with the hand in front of you, you can. Otherwise you can extend it up and place it behind your lower back. Your fingertips can touch the mat if they can reach. And then close your eyes and let's just stay here for 2 minutes again. take a deep breath in. And then take the arm from behind your back if it was there, pushing through that left hand, sliding in right hand, and you're just coming. You sit on your heels for a moment and just roll your shoulders. And then we're going to come into Shavasana, so lying on your back, relaxation. Take your heels quite wide, maybe as wide as your mat, and then lying back down, just relax, palms facing up towards the ceiling, relax your shoulders down your back, relax your neck and your jaw, just melt into the mat. Just feel where your upper back has been worked, where your shoulders have been stretched out, your hips opened and the lower back stretched. And just let all those thoughts of how your body feels just go through you into the mat. And we'll just stay here for a couple of minutes. And then take a long deep breath. Become aware of your fingers, wiggle them, wiggle your toes. Bring your feet together, take your arms behind your head, and then take a long stretch through the fingertips, through to the toes. And then when you're ready, place your feet on your mat, roll over to your side. Stay here for a little bit. And then when you're ready, pressing through your hands, coming up to sitting in a position that feels comfortable for you. And just place your hands on your knees if you're sitting in easy pose. Drop your gaze, close your eyes, and just take a long deep breath in through from your sit bones, through your lower back, through your ribs, upper back, shoulders, neck, up through to the top of the head, crown of the head. Pause here for a moment, and then exhale through your mouth. Another long deep breath in, through from your sit bones, lower back and hips, filling up with air, ribs, shoulder blades, tops of your shoulder blades, collarbones, through your neck, up through to the crown of your head. Pause, hold the breath, and exhale through your mouth. And then open your eyes, take take your arms out to the side and up, lifting your gaze up towards your hands, exhaling, back down to the mat, breathing in. Follow your hands, press your palms together, bring them in front of your heart space, and take a long deep breath here. Breathing out through your nose. Thumbs to your forehead, bow forward, namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me here today, and I hope you enjoyed this yin practice. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do, and if you'd like to leave any comments in the comments box below or any questions, and I'll get back to you. So have a great day.